What up? How's it going? This is your boy, this is your comedian, this is Majid with you. Welcome to episode 4, season 1, episode 4 of Reminisce and React. Alright, where this first season is strictly focusing on 90s music videos, the 90s nostalgia. Thanks for joining me. Be sure to subscribe and follow me on my Instagram, which is Fame Film Agency, and I also got one at Fame's Comedy Spot BH. Alright, now tonight's pick, let's have a look. Let's go through the random list. And what is tonight's pick? Bam! Alanis Morissette. You oughta know. You oughta know. Damn. I think that song came out in 95, halfway through 95. But I think it really hit in 96, the beginning of 96. I think that's when Alanis Morissette started to get famous. 96 was a good year. Let's see what happened in 96. I was 17. The biggest film was Independence Day. Oh my God. Looking back on it, what a shit film that was after all. But it was happening at the day. We loved Aliens in the 90s. It was a really big thing. Aliens in the 90s was huge because we had that Mars film with Jack Nicholson. The whole X-Files thing was really, really peaking. And to have a full-on alien type invasion film, Independence Day, really hit the spot in the middle of the 90s. You know, the first Mission Impossible came out. My God, when Tom Cruise was much thinner with thinner hair. He looked like a kid more than he looks like a bulky old adult. The Birdcage, Robin Williams, Jerry Maguire. You know, kick-ass movies came out in the 96. Happy Gilmore came out in 96. How funny was that? And I remember I was 17 and I really wanted to buy the new Nintendo. Nintendo 64 had just come out. Mario 64 was the biggest game, and James Bond 007 GoldenEye was a huge game, and I just really wanted to get my hands on those bad boys, and I couldn't. It was just too expensive, you know what I mean? I remember when it first came out, it was like $500. I was like, damn. So instead, I bought a hi-fi instead. But anyway, I don't want to take up too much time. Alanis Morissette wiped us all. She blew us all away. Because before she came out, the biggest female artists were Whitney Houston, Madonna, obviously, Mariah Carey, Celine Dion. Aretha Franklin, Patti LaBelle were still doing their thing, but they just weren't as popular in the 90s as they were in the 80s and 70s, you know. But from out of nowhere, a woman from Canada came. She had this punk / grunge / pop thing going on. We didn't know what to expect, especially that voice that she came out with, that came out of this woman's face. It's not like anything you've ever heard, you know. Like very few artists have those kinds of voices. Like Tina Turner, you know, she sounded like more mannish, more masculine than she did like a female. Toni Braxton's got that deep bassy voice, you know. Mariah Carey can hit notes up and down. It was amazing. But Alanis Morissette gave us something that was totally unique and totally different, and it was freaking awesome. So, enough said. Let's have a look at Alanis Morissette's You Oughta Know.
I want you to know that I'm happy for you. I wish nothing but the best for you both. I know the version of me. Is she perverted like me? Would she go down on you in a theater?
I had to stop it there. This is what I loved about the 90s. You know, the 90s were raw. The lyrics were, is she perverted like me? Would she go down on you in a theater? Damn. See, I'm telling you, she blew us all away. And she blew us all away. You know, I mean, We did not expect this. You know what I mean? And we were hooked just from those first few lines. And this is just the start. It hasn't even gotten to the point where she goes a little insane with how she felt, with how this guy made her feel. But sorry, let's continue.
Does she speak eloquently? And would she have your baby? I'm sure she'd make a really excellent mother. 'Cause the love that you gave every day wasn't able to make it enough for you to be open wide. And every time you speak her name, does she know how you told me you'd hold me until you died? Till you died, but you're still alive. And I'm here to remind you of the mess you left when you went away. It's not fair.
They love those tight black
to
pants.
deny me of the cross I bear that you gave to me. You ought to know. You seem very.
You see what I'm talking about? This originality, the voice and everything. That tone, that sound, totally new. My God, just thinking about it. When I first heard her, I was 17 years old. I was more into hip hop at the time. I was kind of ignoring this kind of music. I was purposely not wanting to listen to this crap. But then when I saw the MTV Awards and she performed the MTV Awards, you have to listen to the whole song when you're watching the freaking award. And that's when I got hooked on Alanis. I thought, damn, that's when I started paying attention.
Things look peaceful. I'm not quite as well. I thought.
From wearing black to wearing white.
Did you forget about me,
Mr. Duplicity?
I hate to bug you in the middle of dinner. There was a slap in the face. How quickly I was replaced. And are you thinking of me when you fuck her? 'Cause the love that you gave every day was
Oh man.
enough for you to be open wide. And every time you speak her name, does she know how you told me you'd hold me until you died? Till you died, but you're still alive. And I'm here
While you're still alive.
to remind you of the mess you left when you went away. It's not fair to deny me of the cross I bear that you gave to me. You ought to know.
Oh, the reflecting part. She's just so hurt and pissed off with this guy. This is like the calm before the storm, before she goes off again. When you listen to this song, you can just feel the pain that she went through in this relationship. It's like, why her and not me? I mean, I'll go down on you in a theater. I'll do anything you want.
'Cause I joked that you laid in the bed that was me, and I'm not gonna fade as soon as you close your eyes. And you know it. Every time I scratch my nails down someone else's back, I hope you feel it.
I hope you feel it. Can you feel it? My God.
Well,
She wants to pain him.
to remind you of the mess you left when you went away. It's not fair to deny me of the cross I bear that you gave to me. You ought to know I'm here to remind you of the mess you left when you went away. It's not fair to deny me of the cross I bear that you gave to me. You ought to know.
Damn. Damn, that was a good track. Damn, that was a very good track. Man. You can feel the whole intensity. You can see the relationship she had with the dude. You can feel her pain. She's full of rage and she's vengeful. And I guess every right to be, I mean, what kind of dude will turn this woman away, I mean, it kind of sounded like she was out with a guy and he was just as crazy as she was, but somewhere along the line he wanted something more calm or stable, which is why he went for like, your typical suburban, easygoing, if there is such a thing. Something that's like low maintenance, something that's easy, and obviously he basically traded for a more boring but more secure relationship where he could have been in something that was wild and crazy. But anyway, because Alanis Morissette is wild and crazy, who would want to be with her? And we just remember when that song came out, I just had to listen. I had to get the album and listen to the whole album, And the ironic song was there. This is also the year that I think Dave Chappelle's film Half Baked came out, because there was a reference to her song "Isn't It Ironic" when he's narrating a scene in that film where, because this is a weed film and everybody gets high, and he was narrating a part. He goes, "Here's this 15-year-old boy smoking weed in his room. And then there's his daddy, who's also smoking aretha, right? Trying to figure out a way to bond with his son. Now, isn't that ironic? Don't you think?" I remember that. That was funny. Watch Half Baked, Dave Chappelle, great film. So yeah, I mean that was my take on it. I mean, Alanis Morissette was awesome, is awesome. She was huge in the 90s. She was so huge in the 90s, she played God in Dogma. That's how much she was loved. Kevin Smith chose her to play God. Dogma's another film you should watch. Great film from the 90s. Okay, that was it. Thanks for joining me on Reminisce and React. All right, and my God, did we reminisce? Well, at least I felt that. Hope you've enjoyed this journey with me. Please, again, don't forget to subscribe to my channel on YouTube and to follow me on Instagram, Fame Film Agency and Fame's Comedy Spot BH. All right. For more comedy, I'm gonna do more sketches. Sketches are coming. I'm just having difficulty right now casting, because we are living in a very sensitive world, and many people are having so many trouble saying a particular word I want them to say, and no, it's not the N word. There's another word that people are very sensitive to want to say, but it's the sake for comedy. It actually makes sense to use this word. So anyway, I'll find my raw 90s types. Fuck these pussies today. Anyway, thanks for joining me, and hope to see you for episode number 5.